One small moment after a long flight was all it took to get fans talking about Liu Yuning. No dramatic entrance. No elaborate styling. No stage lights. Just Liu Yuning appearing seemingly fresh from traveling and heading straight into rehearsal. And somehow, that ordinary-looking moment became exactly the kind of thing fans couldn't stop watching. What immediately caught attention was his natural appearance. Fans noticed that Liu Yuning appeared without the polished look audiences often associate with celebrity appearances, while the clothes he was wearing seemed to suggest he may have gone directly from his flight to the rehearsal venue. For many viewers, that detail made the scene feel unexpectedly genuine. The reaction was almost immediate. Some fans focused on his appearance, calling his barefaced look especially charming. Others were much more interested in what the moment seemed to represent: commitment. To them, the most impressive part wasn't how Liu Yuning looked. It was that, after traveling, he was already preparing to work. And that distinction matters. Celebrity culture often revolves around carefully prepared moments. Hair, makeup, costumes, cameras, lighting, and staging can all transform an appearance. But rehearsal is different. It is where the polished image is built before the audience ever sees it. That is why this particular moment resonated so strongly with fans. They weren't simply seeing a famous performer. They were seeing a glimpse of the person behind the finished performance. One fan reaction essentially captured the mood: Liu Yuning had just gotten off a plane and was already rehearsing, and that level of professionalism deserved admiration. Another fan praised his natural appearance, while others expressed the feeling that they wanted to keep supporting him as he continued moving forward. And then there was another fascinating layer. The more fans discussed the moment, the more they began connecting it with Liu Yuning's broader career journey. His growing presence across music, entertainment, and brand collaborations has made him increasingly recognizable, and fans clearly see his continued progress as something worth celebrating. That is where a simple rehearsal clip can become much bigger than a rehearsal clip. A few seconds of footage can trigger conversations about an artist's work ethic, personality, career development, and relationship with supporters. Different viewers can watch the exact same scene and walk away with completely different impressions. Some see a hardworking performer. Some see an unexpectedly natural side of a celebrity. Some simply see Liu Yuning looking relaxed and confident without the usual preparation. And others see something more emotional, a reminder that success is built through countless moments that audiences never get to see. That interpretation may be part of why the clip traveled so naturally through fan communities. Social media is particularly powerful when the content feels spontaneous. A highly produced promotional video can attract attention, but an unpolished rehearsal moment can sometimes create a stronger feeling of connection because viewers feel as though they have briefly witnessed something outside the formal spotlight. The comments surrounding Liu Yuning reflected exactly that kind of affection. Fans weren't only talking about what was visible. They were reacting to what they believed the moment represented. That distinction is important because we should be careful not to turn fan interpretations into confirmed facts. We cannot know exactly what Liu Yuning was thinking at that moment, or whether he intentionally chose a natural appearance for any particular reason. We can only observe what appeared in the footage and understand how viewers responded to it. But sometimes, the reaction itself becomes the story. And in this case, the reaction was remarkably warm. There was also something almost cinematic about the contrast. A plane journey ends. The noise of travel fades. Instead of heading into a glamorous photo opportunity, Liu Yuning appears to move toward another working moment. The audience sees only a brief snapshot, but fans fill in the emotional meaning around it, an artist continuing forward, preparing, performing, and building whatever comes next. That may explain why comments like "We will always be behind you" carried so much emotional weight. For devoted fans, supporting an artist isn't always about one song, one performance, or one viral clip. It can become a long-term emotional journey. When they see an artist progressing, they feel that they are progressing alongside them. And Liu Yuning's fans clearly wanted to communicate exactly that. They expressed confidence in him. They expressed excitement about what comes next. And they emphasized that they would continue supporting him as he moves toward an even bigger future. Meanwhile, the natural appearance became almost symbolic. There is something strangely powerful about seeing a celebrity before the final transformation. Not because the polished version is less authentic, but because the contrast allows fans to appreciate the effort behind the finished product. The stage performance doesn't simply appear. There is rehearsal. There is travel. There is preparation. There are long hours that rarely become headlines. And occasionally, a camera captures one of those quiet moments. That is what makes this story particularly interesting for Celeb Buzz Insider. The viral reaction wasn't driven by controversy. It wasn't fueled by an unverified rumor. It wasn't built around a dramatic announcement. It came from something much simpler. Fans saw Liu Yuning in an ordinary-looking moment, and they found something extraordinary in it. Maybe it was his natural appearance. Maybe it was the possibility that he went straight from traveling into rehearsal. Maybe it was the sense of dedication fans associated with that sequence. Or maybe it was simply the emotional connection they already had with him. Whatever the reason, the moment reminded everyone how quickly a small image can become meaningful when millions of people are emotionally invested in the person behind it. And perhaps that is the most fascinating part of celebrity fandom. Sometimes the biggest reactions don't come from the biggest events. They come from the tiny moments between them. A glance. A smile. A rehearsal. A tired arrival. A performer stepping into the next room and getting back to work. For Liu Yuning, this seemingly simple moment became another reminder that fans are watching not only the performances, but also the journey behind them. And as his supporters continue cheering him forward, one message seems to remain at the heart of their reaction: keep moving, keep creating, and know that the people who believe in you are still there. So now, the question goes to you. Was this simply a memorable moment, or did it reveal something fans had never noticed before?